at least. My pigment at risk.
Good day and welcome to it, our Black Man Season podcast. We are back at it again with our episode 2, and we still have a lot in store for you. And exciting episode. We have our main presenter, Mr. Kapela. Sisonke from Manyao.
All the way.
Injalo bhuti. Injalo.
Bengekho kweyokuqala, but I'm here now, so
awusiqhubelanga kakhulu.
no. Masiphile umsinga sibheke phambili.
Injalo khaba cacisele from Manyao ngubani from Manyao.
Uqaphela lo majola uthangisa lo sikhoma.
Bhuti.
Inzalo lena lapha edutywa.
Bhuti.
Ngokwempangelo ndikhishana umhluhli. Lapha katyana kwisikolo sasezweni. Ndingumuntu wabantu, ndingumuntu othanda abantu kakhulu. Into esebenzisa nomuntu iyandiphilisa. Ubona abantu ingqongileyo bonwabile endaweni kuyo andikholwa into yona kube tense njengale ndoda yayekelele igazi lento
nakazama ukuthi ikhuleke ofuna simnika amanzi before aqale.
Yeah, so ndim lo ndabethu ezinye izinto zizawuzivelela apha kwamphepha.
Umuntu odila nabantu nje ngomsebenzi
ukuthi I do into program directing.
Okay.
Imitshato, birthdays, notodziki.
Uthi noko leyo
That's unbecoming. That behavior is unbecoming.
Of course.
Hence again perhaps you understand. However, ngiyafuna umuntu osifaka sini. Sizaba wana uza.
Njengotishana.
Umuntu usinyengeza nje ngoba singendawo for instance. Yes. So yeah, ngumuntu ke okwenza i-birthdays, imitshato.
Yes.
And most recently funerals too.
Okay.
Because izingcwabo ndathengisa umbono ebantwini nobani. Xa kubhujiwe iveki yonke.
Yes.
Niyagriva morning ningabo bantu bathe nqokotho.
Yes.
Ngalamini i-funeral should be a celebration.
Okay.
Niqebile ngonililile niqebile and uba ngaba nithi nizokuthi inhlungu emntwini.
Yes.
Kwaye nizawufika nani futhi niphinde nibe niyekelele igazi nani nibe nibambene. Makuhlekwe ngokube mnandi bonakala into lobana ubomi buyaqhubeka because inyaniso yento lobana as much as bakubuhlungu ukufa, there's life after death.
Of course.
My life must go on, yes. So now with funerals, yeah, I'm available to hold funerals.
Siyabulela bhuti. Yes, as of course you are talking to Uthabo Mavis Jonah, the Black Man Season Director. And this podcast we are working in hand with the Manani X5s. You know, we are going hand in hand. And especially with this episode and going on forth, we are doing this episode at caarvirno office. So, ungothunki xa ubona izinto ezinhle emveni kwethu. You know, ungothunki, and you are able to buy even. You know, what I'm wearing right now is a kudu. This is a national brand, people. We are not just talking local. This is a national brand. Just information is all of it. And luckily today we have our main guest, Mr. Caarvirno himself, Caarvirno vorne. You know, one from man.
Because I didn't be there, I'm thinking as well.
Caarvirno vorne.
Oh, it's Caarvirno vorne.
Because you're probably yabona phakuwe kunento. Ukhola yabona le. Ukhola nje ithi tsa.
Kose ngiya ukuthi kongezwe uhaha.
Ongezwe uhaha.
Ezo ke Caarvirno vorne.
Caarvirno vorne. You know, bhuti siyabamkela from Manyao.
All right, man, ndiyabulela. Bengakutheta kangaka.
Xa siku-spotlight ke kunyanzeleke.
Siyathi ndisi-spotlight.
Okay. Spotlight.
All right,
you know.
Lo kude ngesibusiswa.
Yes.
Abanye bathi ngu-president. Uma isukaphi ke angezingena
Hayi
nawo.
ngiyabona uba wazalwa nayo.
Hayi, into esegazini. Nogama kwekhala ke nje that means ufuna ku-president.
Ayanyanzeleke. Into enhla sibamnyama sonke ke Black Man Season podcast ndiyivuyela leyo but
akho yelo bhono.
Akho yelo bhono apha.
So funeka besicubile isixhosa.
Ikanyanzeleke.
Bakho izinto zikhoya bakhutshelwa ngaphandle.
Kuthiwa hayi mina andingobala apha nina nisuka ngaphandle. Ayikho loo nto. Singabe Xhosa qho Urhulumente. Ake, kayithathe Mr. Chu.
Tasmo.
Msityo?
Khona mntakwethu.
Hayi khona ukuthi.
Okay, soyiqale kakuhle la. Ubani usibu? Ubani usibu? Ewe ngesixhosa umuntu obenondibuza. Yaqaphela ubani usibu beninothi lo utata weCaarvirno. Ubani utata weCaarvirno? Ndithi ngathi xa ndiphendulayo. Ubani utata weCaarvirno qaphela?
Yeah. It's a long story man. Ngathi usibu ngumuntu othanda into ezinhle ebantwini. Ndandisidityaniso yilondo apha. Uthanda izinto ebantwini. A former educator masiqale apho kuqala. A former educator. In qualification wise, not what teaching. Qake mandithi ndifuna ukubonisa le part uba ngumuntu othanda abantu. After university, after ndibona abantwana bayahlupheka, I was like, you know, make ngiyipostpone le part yam yosebenza formally as a BCom graduate. Make ngiqale esikoleni iqala ke ndonceda abanye abantwana ukubavula ingqondo uba ubomi ngaphandle bahamba kanjani. So luckily ke ngaphela ndingutishala for into pha ku-8 years before ndikhe ndisebenze formally. So that xa ufike ebantwaneni as umntu omtsha uyakwazi ubacacisela uba ubomi bahamba kanjani for the experience yobomi as umntu omtsha. So that umntana osuka endaweni ehlupheka azibona uba nami ngingakwazi usuka edutywa nami ndiyofunda eBhayi. Nami ngingakwazi usuka edutywa ndibe accountant.
Imake uzungakhathazeki ayo interview ngonko nje. So uthethe kaninzi kaniphinde kule ndawo yotishala uyifundele le nto ebutishala o.
Benayifundela.
Okay, ngifundele nto
iBCom accounting.
Alright, qhubeka ke hlobo ndifuna kuloo ndawo uba uyeyiphi kanye uyigraduate yayiphi alright qhubeka ke mntakwethu.
So ithi ke le nto as ungumuntu omntu ufuna ukubonisa nje abantwana uba uyakwazi usuka le ndawo usuka kuyo. Kwale nto yeBCom ndandingayenzi ubana ndifuna uba yi-accountant. Sasifuna nje uprove ipoli uyakwazi usuka eJS uyofundela uba yi-BCom. Ungazoloko sifundele ezinto ingathi zilula. Just uprove ipoli uyakwazi ugraduate nobusuka phi. Ungazazi uba nokuba mna ndisuka edutywa ndikwazi yenza into ethini. So ifuna uyinsila la mentality ebantwaneni. And xa ufika apha ubona ii-challenges mzama, there is a lot onoyicontributor to i-society. Ukumotiveyitha nje umntana kumnika iboost ebomini uba azibone naye kwazi uphumelela. So ndingumntu onjalo xa ndizama uzicacisa. Then zikhona ke nezinye izinto uhlala nabantu oba uyakwazi unceda abantu for free. Ke ungayenzi into ungayenzi into ethini uhlala nabantu ubamotivate.
Ungowaphi?
Apha kuTimani umuntu uyeke competition.
Iyahlebisa.
Iyahlebisa nabazali bethu apho.
But
Ayihlebisa zonke.
le university kwabese-performance kwathetha nabantu. Because ndikhumbula the first time ndisiya kwi-meeting ngezinto political parties esikolo.
Yes.
So uyafika pha bayathetha izinto abazithethayo then uphakamisa xa bephendula. Aqona balinde uba uzawuthetha. Then ndithetha ngesiXhosa othuko sicopha hayibo rhotmani ndiyathetha kanti bekhona them ke xa uthetha isiXhosa uba hayibo rhotmani no bra ndiyathetha isiXhosa. So ezinto zikhona. And the other day ngoku kusendiphumle senze esikoleni sasine-meeting kwa-education. So ndihleli ngaphambili lapha sisingootishala sonke. And the funny part, amajita endihleli ecala kwam bendititshala ngasiziwe ngomajita lapha ecala kwam. Athi mntu ongaphambili isicebo ukuthi singakwazi uaccomodate like simixe isiXhosa nengizwa siva kakuhle babhekisa kubo secala kwam. So yenzeka loo nto leyo. So complexion wise
Yeah.
iyenzeka.
Ukhule lapha?
Khule lapha ya
Awusolusa?
kakhulu yonke into. Sikhule solusa loshinyazi xa khona ezaa mini zedip ungaziya esikoleni uzawuvuka ekuseni uqala ediphini and then qobe asekubaleka ngokugoduka because ke waya ediphini wagoduka ufanele uyokolusa qoma uphuma ediphini ubheke esikoleni. So ufuna uyazi uphuma ediphini ubheke esikoleni ubaleka uyahamba uyokolusa imini yonke.
Mike, bo usolusa yamazi uphunga. Lanto
Yes.
GPS yam kaloku uphunga into enzeni uyibamba lesinye ufike uyibamba uyijonge kodwa imani isithi yona uyibukise uba uphunga ziphi iinkomo zasekhaya.
As for the GPS.
Akukho.
GPS yengomo.
Ingalo ayikho mi-direction erayithi abanye amaxesha kodwa.
It did work. I think Lando, I think the growing up naturally, you know, sometimes was the most beautiful thing. You know, For instance, let's take it ngokuthi ukusenga ubisi. You know, the technology moving from ukusenga ubisi fake kwilentuza what was that thing? Iselo. Beke elangeni. Emva koko ajikibe ngamasi. You know, we never went to school for that.
Ndakuthi hayi don't worry ezinto sizamane sinaze isingesi sona siyazingenelele. Akasuke igqubela JS. Into ni college, into college. Sibo ekhuleni kwakho ehlo yintoni your childhood memory nje imemory oqonda into nokubana your favorite childhood memory.
Yeah. Yabona ukhula ezinto omnyama back then, it was fun.
Okay.
So la nozawuthi ubone childhood favorite memory, it's kunzima xa uyazi ngalendlela esikhule ngayo, because zininzi besikhola sizenze as ukhula kwethu uqomba ikhona la seasons, zikhona i-season zasewinter, zikhona i-season zasesummer. Ewinter mostly ngimsiyenjoyela mfuma siba nizawuthi imini yonke nduke imini yonke because akoluso, that's a thing besiyenjoya ngewinter because winter akoluso. Inkomo zityaliwe nizawuthiya nizifunela inyama imini yonke xa nidikwe kuthiya nizenzela imoto zamaciko ngobeni bancinci. So it was a lot of fun because lena ukunwamba kuxhomeke kuwo. So I would say just ukhula nabantu, because ukhula kwethu ubungakhula around your relatives, community, niyazi uba nonwaba ninonke ningekho la mentality uba ukuze ndinafuna ihlala ngasekhaya uhlala nalali yonke nje yazi uba during iwinter sinemigidi sisatya inyama for free. So ukhula there was no favorite.
Awugqibeni ngolo uyitsho ngalo futhi ndinento ethi wena uyiphilile la nto kuthiwa it takes a community. Yes.
And even to that point,
okay.
Nobody takes a community to raise a child. There was this one guy elalini utata umdala. Ithuma tata amthume ilose fag. Uzohamba distance and wena inhlondwana uthi nxa kuzokuphula. Yazi yami into 2 hours.
For those who don't understand it's the process whereby now they are about to dish up inyama.
Uthi kuza kophulwa bra amatime amqandi banamba norhawula inkomo.
Yabo.
Axixelelwana ni whale ifileyo kunezi zisaphilayo. Kube uqomba chef size enyameni sonke mosaphi. Nawo kuba ngabazi inkomo zakho for that matter eziyayeko qha uyithetha ngaphakathi le. Sorry bra kanti qha.
So
into kophula.
Iyaqala uba thina indlela esikhule ngayo nalabo wanyanzela ukuba ibe ngutatakho.
Ayinjalo.
Anyone lethuma. So and ukuza uzukhalaza uzuthini uzayophinda ubuye uzela lokuyithunyiwe. So indlela esikhuliswe ngayo and i-community imkhulisa umuntu it's an extend umuntu ongutata uba ngutata kuwo. So kwalesi nakutitsha yona and xa umoshile ubethwa nangombi lesinaba amnazobethwa ngutata and weka kufanele ufumana uba umzalo wami lethi nokungethwa komzali xa ngaba labo ukhona ekafika endlini awuphume esangene eyadini ongekho yadi ke lidala ene uyazi uba ikhona la ndlela noba umoshanga solo iphatha isabhuku bona xa ngelo ubani andibe ndiphuma kwelaa cala ndiphuma ndihambe kwazi yena wena emfuyo eninzi and sasithanda amaxesha amane sifumana uba iigusha zethu neebhokhwe zitye igadi yakhe. So ngayazi uba noba uza nalaa nto beniyenzile na, so uthe ngena nje yadini ubuphuma uhambo wena noba ukhona utatakho sasiyazi uba idiscipline yenziwa nakubani. So
sizawumuva sonje kancinci kwakukudala ndiyayazi uba le umbuzo ngizama ndiqale ndikondlalela umatrasi ihlo kwenzela uba noba uyawa ungabetheki phantsi esamenteni mandiqale ndikondlalela umatrasi. Kwakukudala mani sibuya qonda kwento zee-memories. Sibu usayikhumbula intikazi yokuqala owathi uyayithanda esikolweni usakhula and ngongekho phone ke ngokho ayida wayibhalela ileta beauty part okanye waya kuyo esikolweni. Was uba ukhona okhoyo ngoku kwakudala manje njena ngiyadala mosa ngasondi mandikondlalela imatrasi siqala so that ungasubetheka phansi into yakudala mose.
no siyakhumbula the one of the reasons ndihleke uba ngumntana seventy
Guts
and yeah
guts of course.
Yenze ngafuna uba bonke abantu mos bafuna lo muntu oyi-white and as things were easy because sasikhula namthengela isuti ezazitho
Pakowabo.
usithenga kowabo usinike kwaye nesuti.
How I wish we can go back to such simple.
It was sort of a way nalapho ndithumele intwana yakho wami khona idala iphinde beyiconfident kuba sasifana nomjito no mamela fethu nazi isuti uzinike bani
So on a main inside.
although you never went far because yabona sasikhula we didn't take those things seriously but again that was how it was.
Okay.
Yabo
Wavuma. When you walk up.
kaloku iqonda message no khona babukhona umkhawana ke uzomane siza nomjita kuba uye wathi ke ngoku so ngomso ke uphinde uthi yabona yonke lo process line
Otherwise
difference ayikude kila because opposite kwelinye icala then opposite kwelinye icala uyazi esikolweni yonke xa uphuma isikolo ufuna ukuphuma ugodukile ubaleke yonke lo process so
I know iyavakala so. Now apha ekhuleni kwakho ke konke ngoku. Eyona nto ungazi uthi i biggest failure yakho or regret.
the biggest regret
Yeah.
kuzo zonke into like I've been through is taking a higher paying job. That's one of the things that I would say I regret because sometimes we focus more emalini that we never ask questions but why is that company hiring. From again, what I've learned from low mistake was whenever a company is hiring, when it comes to its position is the most question I was is why are they hiring? So I'm getting a higher paying job, but why a company is hiring? Because from said that a company that keeps on hiring for the same position, it's not about the people, it's about the company, or there's an issue in the management of the company. So I would say even if you say for again, if just an example like ESCOM, why they keep on hiring CEOs, you should not be like, okay, I'm gonna earn a 1 million salary. The question is why the company is hiring, because it means the reason about being now also because of the same reason that they keep on hiring. So that's one thing I would teach about. And one decision I regret because of again when you make financial risk. Unala future mentality, I'm gonna stay for this long period of time. So you take financial risk. And whenever you got things don't work in it means you have to start from scratch. Was easy. So that was like you have to go down, then you have to pick up again.
You know, so ndithule nje ndikujongile so baninzi abantu abayele kule nto ithetha kulo mngximi uthetha ngawo. Umuntu ujonga nje imali kuphela. Angajongi into nobana yintoni le and wenza umzekelo right ngo-Eskom. Ufike ube CEO ka-Eskom uzawulasta njani kwezi ngxaki u-Eskom ngoku currently akuzo. Meaning that thina siyamyeka odlulileyo sijonga wento nobana lo gqityofaka noyavakala.
So the question should be, the question to yourself should be, well, not the fact that I'm gonna get a million, is how long am I gonna get the million if I get that position? How long? That's the most important part.
And one of the questions would be like, ask the company, why do we keep on hiring in this position?
Okay.
Like that means there's something wrong somewhere somehow. You can't be having every smart person leaving. Like, why are you hiring for this position? Don't focus on yourself to get the job. Get the company to be open to you. Why you keep on hiring for the same position again? So that we have clarity. But can I fix before you lose what you have for what you think you're gonna have, which is you might not even having a problem. Opinion now is here because you cannot fix the problem.
Very important.
London niyakhumsha manje. Nyamba naso singesengane. Niyacengceleza.
Ino le part of school.
Ukwazi noma usithetha ngo-Eskom ogqiba uyothetha ngama andiyeka ukwazi ngelesifosene sinzulu Eskom idinga siyingxaki ngoku. Sibo if kungakhe kubekho into ozakhunjulelwa yona, something to remember you by, what would it be? Esingakhumbula ngayo. Masithi usibungu kwanguthe nangu siphumile apha watshayiswa imoto. Yintoni sibuye singamkhumbula ngayo?
I would say shaping the life of others.
Okay.
Social needs for that. I always put abantu in the open. Like ufumanisa kulula unceda umuntu uthanda uncedana ngayithetha into enjalo. Because abantu abaninzi that perception kulula unceda. abantu as compared like nceda wona. So when you're like, no, samkhumbula mchita like nyani wandinceda in a lot of things. Motivating abantu, social media, like what I write, literally. Then this balance benzenzayo like nabanye abantu banika ithemba ngobomi ba things they can learn kuwo.
Izinto endizicinga into endizibhala uyabhala?
Kakhulu.
Okay, masesingena kuloo ndawo. Xa uthi kakhulu ubhala ntoni?
Yho. Sanenza abanye bazazozazi. One ikhona incwadi endigqibo uyibhale endiyigqibileyo. Bendisacanga nge-title because one of the title was From Rags to Riches endiyigqibile uyibhala. I've been writing it, I think it's from 2008. Just I realized that because don't ndizibhala ku-Facebook abanye abantu baye bathi for umzekelo. Sometimes ndingene ku-Facebook wakho to read ezaa nto zibhala qha if ezaa ngcinga ndizikolekta ku-Facebook ndiyasandizifaka encwadini so that ibe into ezoba compiled umntu azoyifunda uba this is what I can do ebomini. For umzekelo, I'm just giving a brief to what I've heard, I've written in language. I was doing a motivation esikolweni, one of the schools apha eDuku. Ndibanika nje just an inspiration abantwana. For umzekelo, I like nzenze motivation abantwana just to make it sounds funny.
Yes.
For umzekelo, uzozibini got paid for walking. Uyeke the modeling part, it sounds difficult. Ubhatalelwe uhamba qha.
Okay.
Like how you walk, and then you can pay a lot of money. And then, like I was saying, even same thing was on Kone. Upatala Lumapad Palezi too. You get a much Itamanya Baleki Baleni the whole day. The whole 90 minutes. But there's one person who's a Patala Fumasbaena. He's paid more for a woman. No, it means sometimes there are things that's in us. Everyone's going to utilize. Sinaya somewhere. Like, it's no offense.
Okay.
Like I used to say, but when like I say, she just called to stage a figure claims and then she get paid a lot. There is she just a case at them. Like no, there's a lot in life. If we take these things, there are guys who get paid for making fun out of people like you forums again. Imagine you get paid for taking sabbath. That is how simple life is. Self-movements are difficult, but it's gone into this now that even as you utilize it, go find one because the people sneaking doesn't get on.
Dig deep within
yourself. Dig deep within yourself, and then, like even you go to church, you shout about the whole day, but he gets paid for Shazana now. I'm telling you, and also yes, like I used to say it to one of the best school. Like I used to say about the class, it has like what I've learned when I was a teacher that abantu bacela le nto sebeyazi xa iyakolethwa la information kakuhle abantu bangayazi because I would say I was teaching economics xa ndibabuza just direct question xa usiya evenkileni uyothenga like you just thenga loo nto uzayithenga ufumanise that awuzuyithenga because the price iphezulu awuzuyithenga not because any logic no nenzayenza ke mne class nam zakunika nje logic le nto sowuyenza already awuyithenga eshop because the price iphezulu. And class define the higher the price and lower the demand. There is nothing you know on upper. You learn also already. Because someone who's smart enough, I got the information that good for a negative definition. For the also yes, but I get paid for London life.
The higher the price,
the lower the demand.
Alright. Yes, mom. You going?
One again. Indlela esikhule ngayo thina it's umasana esikhulene ekhaya zonke so it's like okay no hlulo no count so asinala niba
hayi ndiyakuva ayiyavakala sonke sikhule ngolo hlobo siyavakala
so sesiba yi3 but asibaninzi
funny story nokusibalisela sona ngefamily yakho
yeah the funny stories
kusibalisele yona ngestory sakho.
I won't say much because abantu serious kakhulu noselinisi abantu aba serious the clowns it's my little sister that's a clown because nguye fumanisa about that yena she gets everybody to do whatever ufuna ukucula ufuneka uculiwe funeka niphakame ukwenza uTikTok so but singabantu abaserious kakhulu, so we didn't have much of stories like yeah.
Ngalama 2K la afike
Utheni na serious utata ngumfundisi? Ngutata we-founder.
Kage sikhule anokhula nabantu umuntu ba collected kakhulu, so I think bengasinala lenience of joking eqonde yazibahamba izinto ezininzi umuntu.
So uthe usawudibana napha ubunju baxa ubudibana nabo ngaphandle because uyinjobu singoku.
certified.
Naye apha ngaphandle.
I think into
Not ubunju baxa ke sibe into ndizama uyitsho. Not uba u-unruly or something nje because ngoku ungumntu uyathetha ngopha ungumntu nje uyaflowa nje ngoku.
And the funny part, if ungadibana nabasemfamilini xa uthi ndiyathetha, they would like no, because my mother ikolobusa utitsha njani uthule like wenza njani xa nokusesikolweni you're seeing the opposite, so there's that difference between xa usefamilini like umuntu ocollected, but once ube ngaphandle like okay, all hell break loose.
Imakeso now ngiyayiva lento uyitshoyo. Now uyawakhula ke ngoku up to this far. Lento uyenzayo ngoku as udedi kaCaarvirno vorne, abazali bakho bangayidescribe njani lento uyenzayo?
When it comes to Vorne, they describe it as sort of, it's a monument, something that they're really proud of.
Okay.
Because for umzekelo, I don't think a family no come down and be uCaarvirno. Like beginning from my mouth, ngoyena supporter inkulu because yena she buys izinto. Ayingomuntu wezinto ezifree, but no, I need to wear London line. And even my late grand, ngoyena uCaarvirno, she was the first old woman above 60 to wear uCaarvirno. The first that akafuna umnxiba every day because it was a yellow sweater. Akafuna umnxiba every day because kuye into a proud ngayo. Manzo unxiba xa iphuma xa ibheke town esiya kuloo ndawo yakuyo, so she was the first granny.
So like how was like,
Caarvirno Vorne.
how much did it take for you to make them understand exactly, you know, what is the branding behind, what is this exactly you are doing? Because usuke esikolweni zakhutshwa imali umane ukhalaza bandilambile usende imali zoba utye and all of that, and now uyabuya unxibisa abantu ijezi. Doesn't make sense. Now how much did it take for them to understand? How long, you know, was that, and how strange was it for you, you know, that whole process? But okay, cool, ndiphume endlini benga-understand uba ndenza ntoni, you know, ndenza yonke le nto aba-understand. I don't know if bazoyi-understand na ekugqibeleni.
Yeah, very easy. That's one thing I've heard people complaining about, how parents are so not into what they do. It was easy because it might have been that and so uzaqala ibone kum ndinxibile, okay, this is what I wear, and then uqala kwethu nandibrandele endlini, we didn't have an office, so fumane iroom yam ibhizi, imetshini zonke eziphaa izinto zifike lapha, so I was also branding into zabantu, so you brand yonke le nto yenzeka phambi kwakho, uyayibona the process, how you transform from iskipper to ijezi ebhaliweyo, and ke ngoku xa ibona like equality yayo, you know, this is quality, she will be the one even advocating for the sales as I. Okay. So when it comes to what I did, he just jumped in, like no questions. The support was just massive from the beginning. It's very, very funny. It's very.
Njoba ndikumamela nje ukongeza kule nto ithethwa ngulo mfo, abazali ayiso-wish and hope into nokubana ingakhe ifikele emehlweni nasezindlebeni zabo le ncoko. Khawukucebisa abazali ngosapota amaphupha abantwana bakho. You know, xa ungumzali wena Sibongo, umzali wakho xa ekubona ubona igqwetha
Yeah.
but wena ube uqonda ubona kwagqwetha kuwo, wena ubona into ozawusebenzela elwandle emarine what okanye ubona ijoni kuwe wena. Now uyazikhethela le nto and into ozawuphila nayo lena for the rest of your life, but now you don't have i-backing yomzali.
It's not that easy, especially for abantu abaqala, because anything yenziwa ngabantwana, you can say it's a business. Ukhulisa something from the bottom akho lula, because omnye umzali we expected that umntana ndigqibile umfundisa, so ngoku into endilindeleyo kuye is that afunde, aze nemali ekhayeni, which is lena zabe iqalisa bengazinamali from the beginning. But now what I usually say to abantu abaninzi, I would say to my friends, for example, just to motivate bona, nabazali baze understand that most abazali unganabakho imizi ngoku. Like you find that senikhulile niqibile but ungonabakhayo bona. So why should we give you pressure abantwana but they must have all these things now? Whereas bona is only now that uyakwazi uthenga imoto, uyakwazi ukwakha umzi, yonke la process. So ngase banika abantwana the lenience yokwazi ukhula, which is nayo ikhona kulaa ncwadi, like that I have written that part.
Okay.
Which is very, very serious that no, when it comes to abantwana, the reason why bangathi baphumelele because it's like growing a tree. Ufuna khaleza anike ifruit before umuntu akwazi uzikhulela kuqala. Means the tree needs to grow first before it can bear you any fruit. So umntana makamnike the lenience yokhula akwazi enze le mistake, because I used to say abantwana must even looking at abazali. Umzali akayile nto ifuna uba yiyo. Why do we have to push abantwana to be what we want them to be, not what we want the kids to be? Akekho umzali othi no, mna benifuna uba yikheshi, benifuna usebenze espa. I'm just making examples. I'm not saying it's wrong to work there. Umzali ofuna ezo nto. So it means if nabo they are not what they wanted to be, why ke bengazusupporta umntana bakhe babone from abantwana babo what happens xa simsupport? Akanokhula beyile nto afuna uba yiyo, because it means once abantwana benze without the blessings zabazali abakhuli ngale ndlela abafuna ukhula ngayo, but once abazali be proud uzakwazi ibetheka hayi mzali ndiyabetheka bengicela your backup, bengicela your support then umntana akwazi uba ku-open angasafarishi inside. That's why for most abantu that but it's very successful when they commit suicide, because for myself, I've tried what I've tried, but my family doesn't see it. I'm suffering alone, but no policies. Let's say for instance again, the business here fail. If I support a going, the only answer was that sasiqondile. But xa beyisupporta uzawukwazi uyakuba no bendibetheka kweyicala kanye ndiyabetheka nabo. Ufumanise that umzekelo, if abayisupport bazawufuna the same capital ofuna ingenza kwi-business, but now bekushothi into ethile ekhaya encedisa phaa. That means ubulala the same thing bizawukhula, which is if iyakhula laa nto ibeyenza laa mntu, there are chances the whole family can be rich. I used to say that Tanabalu that there is only one person in a family that becomes successful. I've started that part. One person becomes successful and then everybody else gets the fruit of. I've looked at it. If you look at like internationally, Bill Gates is one person, Bill Gates. And the whole Gates family. It comes to South Africa, Mandela, there's only one person who Mandela. The whole generation, the whole thing, Zuma, and it's that
Only
easy.
one person who gets successful.
I put, yeah, guy, no, sorry, uncredible, bro. I suppose you uncredible, bro. That was very mouthful, Brian. I watched him coach.
Yeah.
Now, I can tell you when I can go. Niki advice to yourself. You are 18 years of age. Advise yourself. You are 18 years of age.
Advice I would give myself
As an 18-year-old.
as an 18-year-old is know more people.
Okay.
Know more people. Be out there. Because what I've realized that abantu, there are things ozifunda ebantwini. Don't be afraid of making mistakes as an 18-year-old, but buka itu bumbako. But know many people, as different people as you can. And abantu abadala now, they are very important, because bona you will learn, they will guide. Abanye have made mistakes. So when mistakes abazenzileyo, you can learn man, ukhonibani weke wanemoto but uhamba ngenyawo. Ukhonibani is keep on kwenzeka. Now there's nothing wrong uhamba ngenyawo. Kanti no ukhonibani weke wenza into ethile but akasayenzanga. Uyakwazi ufunda kuyo, because you can't learn, an 18-year-old can't learn from an 18-year-old. Because we all make mistakes. So we are fully abandoned about. So the first thing I would say, as young as know more people, in a closet where nobody know pillar life from them pillar, because it was about will take you far. Because you learn from people, and as you saw like I want to know these guys now. Like now, but if I'm not the things we discuss, the things we talk about, it's only because Kabando Basle. For as young as I was, the reason in the office now is that those young people from the young age, We've been pushing this when we were at varsity. We were very, very young in the branding. So if nani ngumuntu ozomazi, there are certain things I was in this phone. So the first thing is, no, many people do many mistakes, but don't make babies. Because one thing I've learned out with that one for Umzagelo is that once you have no responsibility, you end up with abandon. You have to feed your family. And there are certain things, there are certain risks because on a responsibility. I was good for Umzagelo, because you have a kid to raise. I was raise abandon. You've got your responsibilities. And if you say for Umzagelo, there's a job even in Tanzania. I was to pay Tanzania because you've got a family. So if you that, as in his laws will cut somewhere because you've got certain things of negotiation. If we are as in his laws but don't make certain things so that branch. Experimenting on life is an experiment, but be careful. And one thing I've loved my parents and
Okay.
and to me, the church thing is not about cons. It's about ufundi Bible because what I've learned from ufundi Bible, there are certain advices as Bible. One of the favorite books in the is a Proverbs. Ufundi Bible, straightforward. Because when you advise, one of the verses in the Bible, there's no been to tell you that.
And just no been down.
I know it's there for them. It says that guide your education because education is your life.
Okay.
And what I've learned, there's a difference between qualifications and education. Because qualification is just a paper, education is what you learn. So now I've read in the Bible, and I've read the Bible and for the fun part of it. And I realized it was just a beautiful story.
Okay.
All of it.
All of it. Alright.
So it's allow your parents to raise you. Don't raise yourself as an 18-year-old. Super opposed to what the parents tell you. But no, I've got rights. Let the parents raise you. A lot of things. Because one of the things for Umzagelo as a young person, my mother used to caution us against was HIV. So it saved me from a lot of things. So the normal Mamela is a young person. But Mamela was because that will groom you to become a better person.
I know. Iyavakala no uyibeke yacaca mna iba ngumuntu wabantu. Ayithi lento asifani si personalities zethu. Some are introverts.
Never.
Abanye bazi extroverts. But ke ngoku ayithi loo nto leyo because uyi-introvert live in a vacuum.
No.
Otherwise uzawulimala
because you make stupid decisions. You know ubhadle wedwa. Never. Unobhadle yedwa. And awubhadlanga more than abanye abantu. So it's always someone who knows more than you know. So
and one thing esendiyifundile ngoye ndikhula nam ingqondo eyi-1 so zicinge ngcono kunengqondo eziyi-4.
So
Impossible.
never.
Impossible. I know iyavakala. Masivane lena engawe ngoku because silapha kwakho mfundini siyabona ubunewunewu. Masivane but ngoba siyivale i-morning routine yakho ithini?
My morning routine.
Nansi alarm ikhala. Iyaqala imini ke ngoku. Iyaqala imini.
My morning routine. Well, late. I've told myself, I have done it before, and I've done it in sevens. I'm going to spend this over. And
The packs of it.
Although it's wrong, but my morning routine is social networks to see what people are saying. Because in what's on Twitter, what's on Facebook. Facebook just to know community and on Twitter. But the first person is the person you're in love with, you know. Because if you miss that good morning text or so the first person is but I'm sure that's why it's a lapa song. We got Jenna Kitchen.
What? Punch? Sorry, punch. That's the one. What? That's the one. Okay. That's the
reality. So the first thing in the morning, you check if the person has texted. If they haven't texted, you text first. Because it means if you text them, if I text, you be the first.
And how much of a difference, being in a relationship and not being in a relationship, like that difference, as an entrepreneur. Okay, cool. Now I'm doing all of this. There's no affection around it, and now you have an affection around it. So can you explain that? The difference.
I'm a relationship person. That's me. One thing I would say now, what works if you are in business and you're in a relationship, it's taking the load off. Because it means you're just focusing on one person, then you're focusing on what you do, because you don't have 20 people to focus, because you're going to be having problems with your business and then problems with your relationships. Just have one person to focus to, and then you have a multi-billion company to grow. Makes life easier.
Ake nomamela nelinyeqiko lisithi make ndilibalelwa ndingayibhudi ke bra ithethwa ngesingesi le nto. You will never lose a woman chasing money, but you will lose money chasing woman.
Cost a lot.
Yibeka kahle mara. Nanibambile so yile nto uyithethayo lo uyithethayo. Into yobana hlala nje kulo mntu then uhoyane nebusiness.
It is
So cheat?
No.
Okay.
No. You can't cheat. Cheating is expensive.
Okay.
So you can't be losing money trying to make money.
Alright. So, if we were to live anywhere in the world, where would it be?
Still my country.
Oh,
Proudly. I've seen all countries, but there's nothing that beats South Africa. Like everywhere you go, you can hear the world when we talk about Umzansi. Like we create fun. I used to ask. I don't think any country is as fun as South Africa.
Yeah.
It's besides with the politics and stuff.
Okay.
Like as a country, like our country, Joker as compared to South Africa.
Number sort of. Speaking of Uchoke, nibonile Brazil le picture ngoku ka Queen Elizabeth eme kumqolombe emveni kwakhe kwasuswa ilitye nebona sebesolo picture choyo ngoku after 3 days after
3 days
yes ndavuke hayi ihamba yodwa le country
So you see, I don't think it could.
Yeah, my
So now we want to live anywhere else. So we're diverse, we're different, and our differences they make us to be fun, because sometimes you find that there are people who don't take, and I think they are too serious. You find that sometimes if you have a Malcos are making jokes about Amazon, then if someone who's serious about it, it's just South Africans. We like poking people.
Yeah, umzekelo amazulu ayakuthanda nanto soke fowuna le nto wrong number. Omnye namhlanje undifowunela umzulu wathi ucela i-leave ye 2 days ndimnika iveki.
That's illegal as a matter.
Uyaphendela ngokwakhe la.
Ufonile the next part of the so you know that's South Africa. Why would you want to live So okay, there's no other country. You just have to choose which province you want to live in. So it's our country is beautiful anyway. But for business, it's just within South Africa. It's
No, here coffee with a historical figure. Who would it be? Coffee.
With the historical figure is sometimes.
Now we are menu for coffee.
Okay.
Kuthiwe nansi coffee.
Okay.
Siyayibhatalela le coffee,
Yes.
breakfast le coffee lo ndiyiza ibeka ngayo. Nawe singathi sapha ke. Either way. But ke kune historical figure. Asithi besinobali nayo lo futhi uthathani mina umzekelo ukuthi ndiyicousin kaYesu. Ihambe lo negotiate naye bani. Khawuvusele historical figure usibuya khalela ukhe abene aheve nayo i-breakfast.
Ela kama likhulu.
Sibu aheve i-breakfast naye ikambani la. Hey, get out man. Man.
The thing is, my role model just passed away. He's so simple. He was my role model, but now there's one guy that I think uhlala naye just to get his ideas although he's a controversial figure, was Jacob Zuma.
Yes.
Very, very controversial. Like, how do you become that of a great person with the qualifications on Nazo? Ukwazi that in everything that goes through ebomini bakho ukwazi ufika phambi kwabantu ukwazi uhleka. It takes a lot for a human being. Yes, but this is my qualification, this is how I grew up, but to become a president. And even his policies around Africa, he ambition awayenayo. Let's forget about the other negative things. Ambitions awayenazo for South Africa, how he wanted to do things. One, because there's a lot that he has done, and there's a lot that has went the other way around. That like in your mind, when everyone shout about the pindu kwasla na bantu pindu hleke, like how do you cope? Just to get from someone who's that humble.
Yes.
And then that's one person I've loved to sit with, understand everything. It's in ngqondweni yakhe. Ungamalala.
I know iyavakala because ke sonke siyamazi usuka phi but nathi futhi siyambona icharisma yakhe in front of people even though kuthethwa izinto ngaye but the guy sozoyiboneni ubuso boba eniyanqela kodwa okokoko wekwazi uyifumana indlela yento nobana ahlale calm and collected.
I think
That takes a lot of strength.
Yeah.
I think for that it would work to yes, but even if we debate nabantu who are opposing ideas as a country, just in case you lead one day, how do you talk to people in a very respectful manner? Yes, and all of those things. There are lots of them in South Africa, just like one person will know that everybody is negative about you. What can you learn? Because I'm always saying now, you can learn from someone that everybody hates. You can learn from someone from everybody thinks is not the best. Is that kind of from the people, from the Bible, yeah. That only ngonyama is a filet guy, but someone it's what you see than what everybody else sees from a person.
Ndingasazi story ungabhalibhayibhile zakho. Ndingasazi ibhayibhile saziyo mna sezazi vegetarians. Zingangezingitela umjida zifakwe pha.
Vegetarians.
Zizinto zasi. Bathi masiyeke ke leso inansika sibu you know kule uyithathayo kancamza bra. That's one person esingafunda kuye nyani bra because ebomini sihleli nje siyagityiselwa ngamatye and now if uzawuhlala uresponda negatively andiyazi wazebeka kanjani uresponda nawe throwing tantrums nawe awuzulunga bra awuzulunga you know one other person umuntu endandikhe ndayifunda ibekwa ngeline eyi-1 qha ndikho sure uba ndizayibeka kakuhle na kuthiwa to be extraordinary you need to be ordinary. Once you be ordinary, then you become extraordinary. That's what Nansika, I believe literal description or meaning yale phrase. The guy was very ordinary. Okay, he is. Sorry. Because it was because why he president, not because of Pupile.
Of course.
Senator like the guy, because of ordinary bag, he became extraordinary. That's one thing I believe. Singakwazi uyifunda kuye. We are believer with the signs.
Yeah, I used to read them until I realized
Sithina sakho.
Aries.
Ngiyabona ke ngiqala uyintoni ngento Aries. Bala funda intoni le?
Inoba ngabantu babona banalando yakucinga ngoba ngabantu abaphethe umhlabeni. It's the same as uNomalani. Bazole ngaphela. Like Aries.
Aries. Oyitsho lo bra ngikho kuyalityenza Aries alright, okay. Yes, sakho siyathetha ngawe ngexesha usazifuna you used to read them.
Yeah.
So esi sakho sithetha ngosibu.
Kakhulu.
Okay.
That's everything.
Okay.
But you just went to a point where you're like, I don't relate to it anymore.
No, I don't relate. Just I don't take them like because now you find that education lanes they would like write what today is gonna be like, what's your week is gonna be like. Nah, I have my weeks now, not according to.
Okay. Imake so. Yona ke ngoku ngexesha besinqoko linqoko isuka kwenye into iqhubele kwenye into uthethe ngencwadi apha. Qha khange utsho uba ingantoni exactly. Not the title, obviously. You are still deliberating in yourself. You don't know what the title is out in. But ke ngoku ingantoni nje awuzuthi ungene into detail. But what is the book about?
It's all about motivation. Motivation, inspiring about people. That's what it's all about. Just guiding. As you motivate, you inspire, then you guide about what can you do. Like what inspires you, like just to get to people to be the best they can be. Because my principle, I always believe like that. We're useless. Get other people because it means if you all grow together, I don't have to pay too much tax to feed other people. Okay. If you all become successful, it means we have lesser taxes to pay because everybody is having their own money. So we don't have to say tax to charge or to pay for a social grounding. But there's no need of those because some is million. This selfishness why I need to become a billionaire. It's useless. Get everybody to be rich, then we're all happy.
That's a good way of putting it.
That's a but you make sense. You make sense because without you take right.
It's the same principle from the girl I used to say that when it comes to families, I always advocate for a family that the family help your brothers and your sisters to become successful. So go on with my pride and I think I once wrote that on Facebook. What it becomes a problem because it means if you're the only one who's driving, everything else will depend on you. But if all your brothers, your sisters, it means we all three. If once again, everyone is happy, that means my man is my man, your man is your man. We're just all happy. Let's not allow a situation by let me become a prey to the for no
because uzawuthi kwangotha sikufonela sicela into kuwe uzawuvidyokwe kanti uba yonke le nto yakho uye wayinantsika you know wayishera mna kwethu
everyone is happy. Everyone must be successful.
That's an amazing perception.
Yes. But yonke ke loo nto leyo goes back to kule nto kwinto elandelayo ndiza kubuza yona yento nokubana ngandiqale ndibuze na okanye ndiqale ndicomment. In fact, where do you see the world 50 years from now?
50 years from
Sorry.
now.
In fact, I expand into the world, our country, specifically South Africa. Where do you see South Africa 50 years from now?
Some people they say be hopeful, but it will be a mess. Trust me, in few years to come. Because the reason I'm saying so, it's we have people who are selfish, who are in for themselves. And with the mentality that we have now about our country, that because you see a lot of government usually saying that let's find ways to create more grants. They don't care about the well-being of the people. Because the moment you're saying that let's find a way to give out money to someone, you are enslaving that person. If you cared about someone, you would say let's create ways for that person to be able to sustain themselves. There is that Olomisa code, give a man a fish and all that kind of stuff. You teach someone to fish. But the moment you're saying, let me give you a portion of the fish, it means next month I have to give you a portion of the fish. And we're creating that society now. And if we're creating a society that is going to depend on other people, the ones who are working out will get tired. People are getting tired. Because you can't say that I'm working and 20% of my salary goes away and I don't see the benefit of it. I say at one point, one of the videos I've posted on my TikTok forums, I get that if we say, like if you look at us, like now, forums like we are working and then you earn money, and with the money that you earn, it's said that you have to pay for a medical aid, whereas you are paying taxes to fund public hospitals. It means I'm paying twice for your hospital services. I'm paying for the public one, I'm paying for the private one. And then the same thing for security. You have your house, you have the police, but you have to pay private security for security. That means I'm paying twice for everything. The person is going to get tired. Why should I pay twice for each and everything that we have? Education, you pay taxes to fund public schools. And then what happens? You take your child to a private school, that means you have paid for that child anyway when you paid your taxes. But you have to pay twice again to send your child to a private school because government is failing. That means we are losing twice the money that we have. And it's going worse and worse and worse. Because they're not planning to create ways for people to become better. They are creating ways to take more from those we have to give to those who have nothing. And what's going to happen? More children are being born. And what happens, it means we have to give more and take from. So in years to come, we're gonna see more problems than actually solutions. They're not bringing solutions. And our politicians are very greedy. They don't care about our people. So we get it.
You see space so you know, yazi inyani leyo intona ukuze umazi umuntu sondela kuye.
Of course.
Unzwembo no.
Kakhulu.
No.
Kakhulu. Indlela yakhe yokucinga nje.
No.
Beka.
So, medical aid.
Just know you're paying twice for your medical aid. Because the one you're paying for, you're not getting it. And the one you're forced to pay for, you barely use it. You barely use your medical aid, but you're paying twice. The one you're supposed to use, you're not even using it because you're forced to pay for that one. And the one you are paying, just in case that one doesn't work, you barely use it. But that money you could have used, maybe you'd be driving a Porsche, like when that money came to you.
Alright, now the platform. We might be lucky if money is by ezizizo someone on a say kwezinto simokola ngazo. Una solution lento.
No, the solution is simple. South Africa is very rich. You just need to be serious about running a country because South Africa is very rich. Because for example, I studied economics. I taught economics. Economics is simple. You produce things within the country. For example, anything that we see, it's likely that we produce our things in South Africa. For instance, if we create areas where people they can work, means if they're working, there's a lesser burden on the government. For example, I used to teach, I didn't understand why you have to buy a piece of chalk from China. We could have created a factory that factory creates jobs. We can check your kitchen appliances. Just a piece of a spoon. It's coming from another country. Instead of saying that let's make these things within our country, that means people will get jobs. That's how you create jobs. You create jobs, people they can be able to work. And then you just make a public service to be serious because we are paying those people. There's no reason why someone should have a medical aid. There's no reason. And the reason we have it is because we cannot get these services where we're supposed to be having them. And here's a funny part of the thinking about the other day, for example. We find students, like doctors, they start medicine, and the worst thing that happens in South Africa, after you start, you can go to another country. And that person, we have used our money to fund someone. When you're done studying, there's nothing forcing you to render a service in our own country. We have a lot of people from Eastern Cape in other provinces. We have the skills. But what we're lacking is people can create things within the borders of our own provinces. Just make things within, and everything works. That's the only thing that needs to work. Have things happening within your country, then everything works. Don't buy a t-shirt from, like, even a funny part, imagine buying an underwear that is made in China. An underwear. You mean that with all our fashion graduates, they cannot make underwears?
Zingaki ziziba apha phane. Manzi siziba mozimpumi ane.
Randi sike nihleke ke kodwa ndisiya kodwa
Ukukhona iziziba nazi iziziba. Zikhweli apha.
Like imagine those kind of things. I mean, things that we wear them on daily basis. Like we have to, if we make them, like you can teach someone how to make these things. That means that person you are going to sell these things. A lot of things like basically let's just do basics. And if we do basics, people will be rich. Like for example, we can take a packet of chips and you learn that most of the snacks that we're eating are made from maize. But there's no school that tells people how to transform maize to a packet of chips. Just get the basics, the small things, and then people, they will make these things themselves. And the more we make them, they become cheaper. The cheaper they become, then everybody else gets the job, makes the money, we become happy. And no one will steal from anyone. And there's this funny part, they think that if you put more police officers, it's going to stop crime. It will never stop crime. Because people are hungry. You can't tell a hungry person not to steal. You can't put police to stop you from stealing. It never works. The only thing, the reason I'm not stealing because I'm worried about my reputation.
Yes.
That's why I'm not stealing. But if I lose my reputation, what else can I do? I have nothing
You have nothing to protect.
I have nothing to protect. So that's
integrity to protect.
So that's what happened.
In fact, once you lose your dignity. So you. God.
So the only thing they need to do just make things within South Africa. Then it makes life easier, and it's very easier. That's the only thing we need to do. It will work. And our education, it needs to be aligned with what the country needs. I'm not saying it's wrong, but they can talk about it if they want to, but I would say it public like that one. Why are we not teaching computers at school, how to fix phones, and we're teaching relationships in LO? Why can't we teach them the basics, how to fix your phone, but we can teach them how to date, and then we complain when they're making babies, but we're the ones who are teaching them how to put condoms in. That's us. So align education, what the people need.
But I'll blame it in a because there's no
nothing wrong with our teachers. They are the best in this country. They are the best.
Yeah, we begin that. Now,
since uthi you're calling like education system and then you feel like a teacher but do a teacher show concern education system by teacher by equal right? Do they even complain or even try to be against you?
The good thing is we're talking to a former teacher, so
yeah, let me move that
I will surely defend my people. My people, I will defend them.
Yeah.
You don't have a voice, that's number one.
Yeah.
You don't have a voice.
Yeah,
what happens there, you have to follow the rules, whatever they tell you. Sometimes you just see the content, but this content is irrelevant at all. It's not what kids should be learning. But if the curriculum says you must teach it to teach it, although you know whatever that I'm teaching these kids, they will never use it at all because it's irrelevant, it's useless. I used to teach from in business studies about companies. And I had a textbook in front of me telling that registering a company is expensive. And I told my kids, no, when you're writing the exam, write whatever that is written, it's nonsense. But the reality I'm going to show you in class. I went to class with CIPC, it costs 175 rand.
To register a company.
To register a company, but we're telling the kids it's expensive. And I was showing the kids, I'm going to do it in front of you. Here's 175 rands. There's nothing expensive in this. So, I cannot tell them to change the textbook. But the textbook is teaching something that is very wrong. That is not true. I cannot tell them to change it. But I have to tell the kids what is in the textbook that I know that doesn't apply in real life.
Yabona ke sibona ndizawukhomenta nje kwiinto zimbini kwezi ndogqibothetha ngazo. I'm sure uyamazi Mr. Malusi. Mr. Malusi.
Yeah, I know that guy.
And ube kwecala le-business studies and economics.
Yeah.
Ningathetha into evanayo ehlo when it comes to challenging kule nto ithethwa mnando into yokubana bakhona ootitshala bayakwazi uyivoya wayekhe wayiphakamisa loo nto leyo but kuthiwa ke izithukuthuku zenja ziphelele boyini.
Yeah.
Because as besitsho, we don't have the voice. Otherwise, as much as we'd love to voice out izinto i-challenges esidibana nazo i-curriculum lezinye izinto asikwazi. Ndifuna ubuyela kulaa nto ingxaki uye wanwenwa mhlawumbi ndifuna ubuyela kulaa nto buyithetha about izinto ze-handouts ze-350 nento. The honorable deputy speaker wase-Eastern Cabinet Legislature umlibo Qhoboshiyane ndidibene naye kwenye event eyayisemthatha nandi-emsa kuyo wayengu-guest speaker pha. Enye yezinto wathetha wagqiba wathi une-gift zawutsho ngolo hlobolo to the church because yayigaladina yecawa yomama into yomama wathi une-gift for umama. I thought mna uze ne-certificate or something kamfundiso what but wabanika hundreds yezithole.
Yeah.
Hundreds yezithole ezekhaphetshu ezespinach ndizilibele uba nezantoni. Wachaza into nobana uyazishiya ezi zithole akazanga nazo uzithole ezawubuna mosebusuku.
Yeah.
But ucela kube kwimini apho zizayotyalwa ngazo ezi zithole kwindawo yabo umhlaba wabo beyicawe laa cawe yayimcelile because akafuni into azabanika yona bayisebenzise ngoku and that's it. And ukholelwa into nobana izithole that's something ezawukwazi ukuba sustaina bona besisiqu no sustainer icawe. Icawe can go commercial izithengise.
Yeah, can sell.
Or else batyisane because it's almost it's an NGO.
Yeah, it's an NGO,
So
yeah.
ingakwazi uphaka abantu. So ndiyakule nto ithethayo into nokubana unika abantu into abazayitya ngoba inqomzi and that's it. Baphinde futhi baphinde bakhamise balindele uphinde bafidwe. Ayincedisana.
That doesn't work.
Yes, and loo nto leyo all goes to into ye-leadership ke.
But you can't blame leadership or can't solo city leadership because the fact is that if umzekelo I remember this time I know 2010 what teacher I think we were complaining ndidibene nomkholo. I remember that time kwavalwa isikolo of I think 2-3 months I think it was after and then after the World Cup or before kuze kuphela ukumisa into zomkholo. But when it comes to education awuyiboni lo nto teacher mhlawumbe uthi hayi ngokwasiza uteacher thina until kulungiswe lento ingxaki umzekelo bekhona nekuyathethwa apho kwathi abantwana mabafundiswe i-sex from a young age by condom isenjani what not and yet bafuna umntana ongekamo somfundisa mos le nto uyithetha bafuna umfundisa i-skin la nto yenza kwezinye country like ko-China umntana uyazi uba i-sector ethile mos idinga ukuthi in 20 years want abantu be-IT so sidinga abantu abantwana abazawuqala ufunda ngoku sibafundise babazangena ku-IT ngexesha elithile so bawafunda iskills le sector ethile kwenza njalo nina ukwenhle umzekelo uthi hayi ngoku thina singoteacher asiziyo hamba teacher ungakolungiswa
But I think in 2020 SATU did.
wonke umuntu balanto ba asina voice but when it comes to the money part yo hayi nisusa when it comes to the money part
No.
Let's for the money to raise.
like
No.
and then browser where and then be like complain about it like a trip like let's say 350 like
Yes.
these people bafunsiwe like ufunsiwe most from a young age but you have to depend komnye umuntu
So
basically besides depending on the government but
so
you're taught
asibiko is strike that fights the system. The strike is back on is to get more money.
umzekelo
Going back to the same issue about sifuna ukhamisa against phinde sifidwe.
You know what I can say because sometimes opinions they differ. And what I would say with that one, I agree. Like generally in South Africa, we don't have issues where we say we stand up for what we want. The only time we stand is when we are tired, we are fed up, that's to the neck. And I would say one of the reasons you would never find that for now is it doesn't affect us that much bad. Because the reason was we strike for money is because we have exhausted all the channels saying the same thing. And after just feeling like we have done what we could do just to fix things, and that one is affecting me directly. And when it does, I have to stand. This one, it affects me indirectly because it might affect me in 10 years' time that they are getting a wrong common content. When maybe they're supposed to work for my company or something, as I realize it should have been fixed about 20 years back. It doesn't affect me directly. So chances of me standing at that particular moment is 0%. And then knowing again that if it even takes them so much effort to how much more content education. And the reason why I was saying we're blaming them because there's not even a platform that says there's a contribution here. Why education? What do you think we need? Other than feeding us what you think we need, because they feed us what they think we need. There's no platform that says, tell us as teachers, you've been with these kids, what do you think we need to add in our schools now? What do you think it is? There's not that platform. They just make policies and throw them down. And then when you're down there, it's like you have been to good schools. But in that environment, it's not as good as it is. You've got your department head, you've got your principal, you've got your HODs and stuff like that one. It's even difficult to reach your department head. You have to go through your head in your school, go through your deputies, SMTs and all of that stuff. So you can't just say, I don't like this. You'll be like, oh, this one doesn't want to teach. So there's a lot that you have to go through. There are politics even in schools and management and everything else. So now it's just like, let me just confirm with these rules and just do what I need to do. Because I know just feel like, let me just do what I get paid for and leave the rest because it seems it's none of my business. It was here before then.
All right. Okay, sihambe siye to what you get paid for when aqala ke the birth of this. What do you say?
But then I've always been a curious person.
How was it conceived?
How
was in fact how was caarvirno, vorne.
Vorne.
conceived.
Yes.
Yeah.
How was caarvirno,
Need to-
vorne
to
conceived?
use those. Back then in 2008, when I was at varsity, that was just years back. It's last 10 years now. Like being born with nothing, it helps you to think, to do things differently. Back then, like I was not a person who could afford things, could afford designer clothes, afford anything. So what I would do was just buy anything that makes me look different. Back then, hip hop was the thing. I was inspired by Abo Eminem, Abo Tupac. I mean, that's how I dressed. You dress in bigger shorts, have your bandanas in your head. I mean, it doesn't look watching a prayer, and then you, my man, that's
Yeah,
how it
what's
was.
that?
I think that's where I learned English because my English was bad from my school. I never got 50%. That's one thing I'm sure.
Zobukhumshana.
Nah, never.
Isingesi duena sevasithi.
Hip hop. Kwa hip hop.
So that was,
Ubukhumshana kabra.
because that was hip hop, the verses there right there. So you,
Oh, zidinga isingesi.
yeah.
Okay.
So that was back then. So the way I dressed, it was inspired by them. Then I was like, what if I dressed in my own way? And for dressing, you like, okay, let me brand things in my own different manner. Like now I don't have the designer clothes, but I know my uniqueness. It gave people some attention. So branding my things in my own. That's where caarvirno, caarvirno back then came from. Because the word itself, it comes an English word. It comes from take over. Like, okay, which is what was taking over now. So the dressing part of it.
Ale.
Just switch the alphabet around. Even if you see the logo, that's sort of an head of an eagle. That's one of the most intelligent birds. So
Yes,
we say it's the king of the skies. So you see things with that idea of an eagle. And then if you look at the logo itself at the back, you're having that head of an eagle. What you have in the back is the whole world, that's your globe, being led by an eagle. That's like taking over things.
God.
Okay.
So that's where the whole thing came
Okay,
from.
so this is the peak.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is this is the peak of the
Yeah,
bird.
this is the peak.
The peak
Yeah,
Oh.
And then this is the head of the bird.
Yes, then with the
We
world.
have
Yeah.
the globe here.
with the word following behind. The word following behind.
Yakuva,
The word
yes.
following behind.
So Sbu was taking over, really.
Taking over.
Oh no.
So
Probably,
that's where it
probably,
came
yeah.
from with the design. Then we'll be like,
Okay.
I'm wearing my own t-shirts written with that caarvirno. Firstly, it was not for the world. It was just for me, just to be different.
Okay.
I didn't care about dressing everybody. I was not pressured. I need to sell this to people. I just wanted to wear things different myself.
Hey.
And then when I came around I used to wear. I didn't do this thing of printing to sell.
Okay.
I would wear them at work alone. Then my friends were like, I'd love to wear this.
Okay.
Then from there, okay, it's fine. Then let's do. You love them, they love them. Then that's how this whole thing grew. Then you get people now saying, you need to take this seriously because this is quality, this is different, this is unique. Okay, cool. Let's do it. It was never intended, but I'm opening a clothing label.
Yes.
I'm doing this. Or
It
just
just,
for
just
me.
followed you.
That's why I don't even have pressure when I see a few people wearing it. I'm proud when I see one because I know that person is like, I'm the only dude who's wearing this around. So I'm the big boss. It's not about getting massive, everybody's wearing it. The few who's wearing it, like, I'm cool.
Yeah.
I've loved to have one person wearing it. I've loved to have one person having a particular item, not having it everywhere. Because it needs to have that person having like, okay, I'm in charge of things around here. So this is simply as that.
Okay. Imake besikhe sancokola nje enxokweni yam nawe ke. Izawufika enye imini ke for that, but ngoku ma ndifuna nje ubuza nje in passing asizohlala. Kudu?
Kudu is from my friend.
Okay.
And that's why it's fine. Business friends and friends, because when we started, we didn't even start it. I was printing t-shirts like what I'm saying, we're proud of our country. We used to write t-shirts Dangi Tokyo.
Okay.
Oh.
And it was
I remember
Dangi
that,
Tokyo
yeah.
back then, and he came with to Tokyo Mtata just to get, I wanted to be proud of where they come from. I didn't even understand why we had to make Ambassador Tokyo to be proud, because there's nothing to be proud of. But they're very proud of their small town. So we'd meet during those times, we would like combine the ideas. I had the printing items, printing material around here, so I would do some of his stuff, just do our things together. Then you get some things because it was in Cape Town. If I want some things from Cape Town, we'll get some things from Cape Town, we'll just combine resources.
Okay.
And then he's the one who said, no, what, let's open an office. I know Prati, he's having his flats there. We can open an office that we can do our branding. Because there was nothing back then, there was nothing, we didn't focus on having clothes, just open for branding. We just combine the ideas. Not as we have to sit down and be serious, let's write contracts, Just since we have been doing these things together, just open one office. And then like, we just sell our things together. There's not that mentality we are competing.
Yes.
We're competing because we're selling the same thing. But having a mentality that we're competing, I can't sell his things because it's not around. We don't care about that one. Because the customer comes looking for caarvirno, they find code. My friend makes money. I don't care. He makes money. He's gonna be happy. I know some days I'm gonna make money through him. So we're just combining resources and using them together.
Mamela ngindibalisene. Ukwenze into nobana because you know xa abantu njengoba sipha phandle nje xa in business ngolhlobo. I'm not in business but I've heard people bethetha izinto and I read a lot sibu. Ndifuna ukukhuthaza ihlo into ethi kulento usenibamba ngolo hlobo ungacompete. Silence voices, foreign voices ezisuka ngapha. Ezizawubangela into nobana ube distracted, ufocus kwi-competition, not ekukhuliseni product. Silence those voices. Amaciko athi xa ethetha ikhandlela eliyi-1 liyakwazi ulayita amakhandlela yi-1,000,000 ngoba kuthathwe lokuqala njengoba kulayite eli kuthathwe eli lilayite eli lilayite eli akulayite amakhandlela ayi-1,000,000 uma lisuka
ikhandlela eliyi-1.
But ke ngoku even though kulayite amakhandlela ayi-10 endlini eli yalokuqala belilayitile abusuku ububright balo ngenxa yoba kusuke kwalayita amanye. So ithi ke le nto ndiza kuyithetha even if wena ungumlimiso wakhe okanye the other way round nguwe ongumlimiso kuye ukukhanya kwakho akusuki ngenxa yoba uye wakhanyisela anonto uyavakana
No, it's very clear.
siyabulela ke mntakwethu.
I would say it's what we need to hear mostly. Like, you need to get the positive vibe. Okay, what you do, it works. What you do, it's good. Even I don't mind. Walk around wearing coat too. For me, it's all good. If you make sales, because my principle is if we all grow, we go somewhere. If one person grow, because we can't go anywhere. If you want to do this on your own, it's gonna take time. There's always be competition. But if you put your minds together, you learn from other people. You get things done. And you can advise you do it this way, do it this way. Like for example, let's say. I'm not into motivation, I just do it for fun. We're doing a motivation somewhere and we're used in going there together. But now you are too busy. Okay. It's your gig. But they are used to us. Like, no, can you just do that for me? That means you've really lost your customers because if you don't go, they will say, that one will never come. Because always busy. But now if you have someone you're working who's doing the same thing, just do this for me. I'll come after an hour. Now your customer will not be complaining that you were not there because someone was there doing this on your behalf. When you come and simply take over, the customers will be happy. Rather than saying that I want to be there, I want to be everywhere.
You can't, that is impossible.
You can't be everywhere.
Impossible. Umame funding.
Simame.
This is wisdom. So the lemon knows of Mars. So now, uba ngaba bese TV ngesikwenza zinto zoba ngoku umthatha uthini kwakulo kwi ad break don't switch the don't on the channel. Alright. Sibungu, one thing business yakho ethe yayenza ongakhange expect, something that was done that happened in your business that you did not expect.
It's a massive growth.
Okay.
That's one thing I've learned about business, because before I was not taking it serious, I was just doing it for fun.
Yes.
And then when I stopped working and then focus on the business, I've realized this thing is really important. This can go somewhere. When you see a massive growth from one month to another month, because I've started accounting, I also do my financials myself.
Okay.
And I've realized that if I do the monthly, I will know exactly what is happening. So what I've done, I've known that in January I've made this much, in February I've made this much. You'll be like, man, this thing is growing. And then I've only taken it about serious in 2 years' time. Then checking 1 year, what you have done in 1 year, I was like, this can become something great. And if you can have money, you do your basic things, and then there's money for business, and then it's growing. And then you see, you have a target, like this year I want to make this much. And then you make more than that because you've been checking the figures. You'll be like, okay, this can grow. Then you go to year 2, like, you say, let me just add 10% of what I was making that previous year. Then you'll be like, okay, this is massive, this is growing. And then getting the feedback from people, like what they feel, what they see, the positive feedback, you'll be like, okay, this is really serious business. If we take this serious, if we invest money in this thing, then we can actually go somewhere. Go to places, I mean, you go far. If you take your business serious, you'll be hands-on. You know what you are doing. You understand what people want, and then you deliver exactly what people want. And then the business grows. That's a massive growth I've seen. I've never thought from a small office you can make plus 100,000 in a year. I mean, that's plus 10,000 every month. That's
Over 100.
That's massive.
That's massive.
And sithetha ngomuntu ongekho semsebenzini.
And within only 2 years, because I've only taken it serious in 2 years' time. And then you see that if you just put more effort, then something you can say tomorrow, I'm creating jobs from people. And then, because what I've done is, don't compare with others. Look at yourself, what you have achieved. What you had yesterday and what you have today. It's always something extra. Because you begin with 1 shelf and then you have 2. You begin with 3, then you have 4. And then with the stock, you have 1 item, you have 3. And then you are making money every month. You can pay rent, you can pay that one. And then you walk around, you go to East London, you see someone wearing the brand. You go to King, you see someone wearing the brand. You get a call from someone in Limpopo buying the brand, and you see that it's growing from what you have. So this is business. So it's one thing that have kept me like, we need to push further.
Bayitsala nasenibongo.
I had people calling from Limpopo, got calls from Free State. The only market I haven't got much, it's Durban, Gauteng, Cape Town, Free State, and the other provinces. We're getting people there, so things are improving. And then walking around just seeing people besides it too, then you realize we're getting somewhere.
I wanna get to the point here, your brand genuity, because it's no problem esinayo ne. Nansi bikhe avela uba ufumanisa uba uCasper is not fully 100% owning uBilliard. You know, because let's say now you are talking figures, you are making 100k over a year. You know, so khawusixaxisele, did you have a capital oyifumene mhlambi? Let's say you sold something that we didn't know about, and then you get a capital to start a business, because this has to come out to people. But you know, there are business that people will say, but I own 100% of this business, and then we have to find out, but this is not 100% black owned, you know, and you go to a point you'll find out, but these people got a capital somehow. There's people behind them that are supporting this business, and then they come up front and say, but I started this from the scratch, which is not the truth. You know, what's your take on that? And how is that, you know, in your business?
No. When it comes to mine, there's no investment that came forth. It's always been, I would say, it's savings. Started saving as such from, because I've been doing it small, like just selling.
Yes.
Because what you do, what you sell, you take the money, you buy, you get more stock again. You just need to know what's selling. Because if you sell something today, what do you do tomorrow? Go and get more stock. That means it keeps on multiplying every day. Don't sell and then take the money to yourself. Okay. Sell something, take the money. If you sell 1 item, it can give you 2 items extra. Go and buy 2 items extra. That means you have 2 items to sell. Now you sell those 2, go and buy 4 items. That means you keep on doing like every month. And that means if you've managed in that 1 month, the second month you do the same thing. Okay. So it has always been that consistent. For example, you might think that making 10k a month, it's too much. No, it's not. It's about making 500 a day. Okay. Because making 1,000 rand in 10 days is 10,000. So making 500 a day for 20 days, that's 10,000 rand. So it does work. A small amount of money each and every day. And then you take that money, make something again to sell it. Then it grows with that one. There is no capital, there is no funding, There's nothing so far. Just be persistent, keep on doing what you are doing, do it good and do it more.
Zimele ngenqa elangeni.
Uzimele ngenqa elangeni,
Umqolo uphandle.
umqolo uphandle. That's the way it is. So,
yeah, common myth about your business. Common myth.
bantu abaninzi, it's like it's not ours.
Okay.
That's what we
Yeah, say Italy.
Okay.
It's not ours. Even if you say it's yours, you'll get like, no, it's not.
Okay.
There's many people, they say it's owned in Cape Town.
Okay.
Okay, cool. I don't mind about where it's owned. I don't mind about if you want the product.
And you don't owe anyone any explanation.
No,
Also,
not.
try put up a student. This is mine. No,
Even for years, I've went behind the door because I didn't mind much about who owns what. What I cared about what I saw. Because I didn't want favors. Someone say, I'm doing you a favor, I'm buying because I know you.
Okay.
Buy it because you love it.
Alright. What's that important trait for you, for one to be successful in this business?
This one, your customers are important. I don't think there's anything beyond the customer. Customer is important. Focus on the customer, what the customer wants, and deliver to the customer. Although it's our businesses have more challenges now, because sometimes you cannot deliver as fast as you can, but don't ignore your customers. Try to be patient with them. And the customers that need to be refunded, sometimes refund them. Because our customers say, I don't want it anymore.
Okay.
Just refund them. Then there are customers who are rude. The best option is refund them. Don't say that I will deliver the product to you no matter what. If you find that it's very difficult to deal with them, just refund them in peace. Don't say anything bad about your customers no matter what. Just make it simple.
What time of the day do you get your best job done? Usoyichiba her morning person, ungasiqadi. Andikhumbuze usoyiqale kusasa useless.
I'm a night person. I always do most of the work late. After I've done working here, I go home to work again, and then I'll sleep at 1 or 12. So I get my job done most of the time at night. I don't find myself productive during the day. I just get bored working. I'm just here to attend customers. Then when I want to seriously work, I work at night.
So, it's very interesting, ukuba octopus, whereby you have to touch there, touch there, touch there, touch there. There's marketing, there's sales, there's administration, onke la magama, So do you have people that are working, but okay, I know, siyambhatalela for marketing, I know, ukwa admin, how is that? How is your operational basis?
Most of the things I do them myself, but then I've realized for sales I'm not that good. Sometimes you have to tell yourself that I'm not good at certain things. Then I've realized that people are very, very good. So it's not people you go and look for. It's people that come to you. And then they do certain things and be like, let me utilize this person because this person is doing this. But they're like, put a guy is Mtata and the guy like they do sell a lot of things. So what happens is that if you sell, say 10% is yours, you don't have to do anything. Just recommend to a customer, then you sell. If you sell for 1,000 rand, you keep it 100 rand. It's as simple as that because you can't get things for free. You can't have people selling things for you for free. So you have to know your weakness. And then what you know you have a weakness in, you let somebody else do it. So that's what I do when it comes to sales. When it comes to marketing, I only do it myself and then it's friends' recommendations and stuff like that. But the admin,
Okay.
Because the paperwork I need to be in line. Because at the end of the day, there's something like SARS. So they will bite you if you don't deal with them.
Yeah. Sales is very brutal.
Uyafika nalapha kuthi silocal
Everywhere. Everywhere.
uSARS into abasokolisanga abangcole ngayo uSARS yakuyeka ngexesha use-right ukulinda xa kanye izinto zakho when you are at your low athi gqi anqonqoze yemna kwethu usakhumbula ngo-20 bani wenze oku ngoku wafumana imali enga zange undinike nje yam
Seyine-penalties, yeah.
zisho loo nto leyo zange undinike yam uyakhumbula xa ukrwempa intloko kuthiwe kodwa ke siye sajonga phaa sikubonile uneehempe ezintathu uba singazithatha lethu singakwazi uyifumana so It's wise if you don't know.
Yeah, it's very, very wise, yeah. But because currently, I think it was one of the newspapers, but they have done lifestyle audits. They don't care about you telling them what you own. They have got access to everything. They said they have access to the database of when you register cars. Inatis, the system. So they have access to that one. So what they do, they check who owns what kind of car do you own. Then they check on their system, have you declared you own these things. They check properties, where's bought properties, who has been spending money where. So they know, they're busy checking with that information. So it's going to be versus what you tell them, versus what they have find out.
Database.
And they said they were not willing to tell how are they getting all of this. They said they are ready now. They do what they call lifestyle audits. And so far they think they are about people owe them, was it 40 billion, I think, so far. After they have done, this is recent, they do what they call lifestyle audits. So if you go and buy a kind of thing, they're not going to tell SARS, they don't care about you not telling them. They know from the system that this person owns a Porsche, but there's no way that you can say that I have a Porsche, I'm working as an educator, for an example, but I bought a Porsche. That means there's a money you have not declared, but where are you getting the money? Because they're going to ask you a question now, where have you got the money to buy the Porsche? And that means they're going to find out more of what you've never told them. And it comes with penalties. And most with South Africans, like just a brief, South Africans like posting.
Yeah.
So it's easy for them to snoop out.
Yeah.
We know these people, they own
They
them.
own this.
No pipe. No brr.
So that's SARS for you. So just give them their money to have to live in peace.
If ubunoke kuthiwa ngoku you are starting a new business.
Make it home. Family trees never had to branch alone. Love yours alone. Self alone. Black is not a race. Being black is a culture. I'm still black at least. Black at least. My pigmented wrist. I'm still black at least. Black at least. My roots lies with E.